Okay, back to it. So, like we were saying, is it mass marketing that kind of dictates a lot of it?
Yeah, like I said, I definitely think so. I think um, when they put people, because we know how mass marketing work. Like you force people to like something. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And that's through looks, music, movies, whatever it may be. If they put it in front of you long enough, you gonna like it. You know, and depending on how they do it, how they put it in front of people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, what do you think? What do you hope for moving forward? Because my deal is, I got what, three sons and a daughter,
Mm-hmm.
and so for me, I was built different. We were built tougher.
Right.
You know, our childhood was built on scoring on each other, talking about each other, or normalizing everybody not agreeing with your perspective. Or,
Right.
so we had thicker skin. And when I look at my kids, even though they talk about each other enough to give themselves thicker skin, uh, I look at that generation, and that generation might not be as fortunate.
Right.
So what do we do to make sure that we're putting our kids and ourselves in situations that kind of better benefit them long term in how they see themselves and how they see others?
Right.
Because I don't just, I want you to have great self esteem, but I don't want it to be at the cost of anyone else.
Right. Yeah, I think a lot of that is the character part. Like I think you work on that character with your kids, you work on your own character
Yeah,
and teach them how to take care of themselves.
yeah,
And same with us, like we have to take care of ourselves. You know, some stuff is situated like everybody body reacts different to certain
yeah,
things. So you know, it's not saying that everybody feels walk around here, yoked up and
yeah.
bodies on point. That's not the case. But what are you doing to take care of yourself? When you walk out the house, are you presentable? Do you look decent? You're not gonna be presentable to everybody. Like right now, I got on this hat, chains. I may go somewhere, they be like, why he coming? Like if I was to walk into a funeral like this,
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily be presentable. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But I think that's the thing. You just take care of yourself. When you get up, making sure as simple as brushing your teeth. I see all these people getting veneers, and it's like people ain't. You find out like people really hadn't been taking care of their mouth. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, yuck mouth.
yeah, that's ugly, bro.
Yeah.
Like you got now. Granted, your teeth may have naturally grew a certain way, but what happens?
Right.
You go get braces that's taking care of it. Blah blah blah. But for you to not take care of it is that's not good. So it's all about taking care of yourself.
That's what's up. So it's even though we are limited to our appeal from a mass perspective, I get it.
Mm-hmm.
You maximize how you steward judo.
Right.
Like if how you dress is the best way. I remember what somebody told me one time. All the money in the world, one, can't make you fashionable,
Right.
and two, can't make you presentable. So my deal is, if you are a dirty person while you are poor, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna be a dirty person when you're rich.
Man, let me tell you something, bro. I see it all the time. I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
how, but I have to visit people's houses,
Yeah.
and I'll see them out, and I'll be like, okay, like they look like they got together,
Yeah.
and houses be filthy,
Filthy.
filthy, the nastiest.
And you know me, I'm in houses all over the city too.
Oh my god,
And it is the craziest thing to me to see somebody with a 5,000-6,000 square foot home.
and it's filthy,
Filthy. Dog poo on the floor.
stinking.
Stinking. You got all types of critters running in and out that bad boy.
Dishes everywhere.
Everywhere.
Ain't no trash can, just a pamper box, and you see the.
And I'm just like, this, when your dust turn gooey,
Man,
you know it's a problem. You should know it's
you
a
should
problem.
know it's a problem. But people, and I'm gonna say this, I'm gonna put this poll out. It's controversial. It's very controversial. Well, I'm gonna set it up.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. When you're younger, a lot of times boys are messier than little girls.
Yeah. Yeah.
Way messier. They
Yeah.
just have.
By nature, they just.
But
don't
I'm gonna
want
say
it.
this: as an adult,
Oh,
when
that's
I go into
flip.
houses,
Yeah.
and let's say the man is just a man and his children,
Yeah.
9 times out of 10,
Mm.
that house is clean.
Yes. Yes.
But these grown women,
Hey.
you walk in the door stepping on clothes.
Yeah.
You walk. I mean, so the poll is who the messiest as an adult. And I need y'all to be real. As an adult, I personally at this point in life feel like men, they have responsibility, not bachelor men. Because a lot of when I say that, like the young bachelor guys that's like still in that party mode.
Yeah,
that's a little
early
different.
20s.
Yeah,
you
that's
still
a little
figuring it
different.
out. Yeah.
But I'm talking about like a man with responsibility, like truly going to work, kids, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I feel like they keep their quarters
Oh yeah.
way more cleaner than women.
I wonder. I believe that. But there's a couple of things. I believe that men kind of have the ability to set tones.
Mm-hmm.
So when it comes to like, if you got kids in your house,
Yeah.
for me it's easy because I'm gonna look at the kids and be like, "Hey, you need to pick
You
that
need
up.
to do that, yeah.
Hey, why this dining room don't look like it's supposed to look, fam?
Right.
Like, how come the game room isn't disarray? I take all this,
Yeah.
I shut it all down tomorrow. So that's one aspect. And me, clear mind, no clutter.
Right.
If I have a clear mind, I have no clutter.
Right.
If I don't have a clear mind, you'll see a lot of clutter.
You'll see a lot of clutter.
And that's one thing that I've realized about myself, even the more like over the last 6 months.
Right.
Is that clutter is produced from me when I don't have a clear mind.
Right.
But women and men kind of process things differently too.
Correct. Yeah.
And women can't afford to be nasty.
But they are.
They
Not
can't
they.
afford-
I'm just saying, I think on that scale, like I say, from what I see and what I do, it's like an 80-20, bro.
Really?
It's like 80-20.
Do they have okay?
Now, not in mix. Now, if the household has both, man and woman, if they married, that's 9 times 10 is a decent house.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm strictly talking about a man with his children, or just a man with no woman that's living in the house.
Yeah.
Compared to a woman that's
okay. When it comes to a woman with kids and a man with kids, I'm 100% with you. When it comes to a single woman versus a single man, even if they in their 30s, I'm not talking about the 20-year-old dude.
Right.
He out the water anyway.
Yeah, he out the water.
Yeah. I remember my 20s. I just needed a place to sleep. So, that's out the water. But when you're talking about two productive but single people in their 30s with no kids, I still think women might got it.
But let me tell you this.
I think women might got it because
They might.
they're gonna. I think they're in. This gonna sound wrong. I don't care. They're in. I want to prepare house mode. So they're in.
But here we go. Here we go. Though. Here we go. I gotta ask.
Okay.
Are you talking about from? Could this be what you see on social media?
No.
Okay.
No. This is what I've experienced.
Okay.
Yeah. Nah, this is based off experience.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about that too much. This is based off
No,
experience.
yeah, I got you.
It's one of those things where I've been in houses and the ones, even from a work standpoint, you go in certain people's houses and then you're like, okay, all right. Excuse me, I know things are. I say, find no judgment here. That ain't what I'm here for. I'm here to work. I ain't here for that.
Yeah.
So I ain't judging. I'm just looking at them and be like, okay, this is the reality. And it's and most people that I run into, they ain't flat out nasty. I've seen flat out nasty. And that's disturbing.
Our work is different.
Yeah, that's fact.
So
that's fact. That's fact.
I see a lot of
are they all mothers?
I can't say I really, as I'm thinking, out of all the years, I don't want to age myself too bad.
Yeah.
I've never seen a single man with a dirty house.
Hmm.
Single man that's a father. I've never seen it.
Oh, that's a father.
Yeah,
No,
because that's
no.
the I deal with kids, so it's
Yeah.
only gonna be so.
Yeah.
I've never seen
because when you're dad, things got to be in order to a certain degree. So I don't know. I've had some times where my refrigerator did not look on point, or it'd be some things. But
yeah, but that's not face value either. When you walk in the house, if the refrigerator, like you're not gonna, that's not gonna be.
You talking about how it's presented immediately to the public?
Immediately. But the reason I asked about the social media thing, I had to go to this one house. I'm gonna not set it up too long, but long story short, the woman employed me. She told me what her employment was, and she said she sold plates. So she showed me
plates.
Yeah, like food, like
Oh, okay. I thought she actually
No.
Okay,
plates of food.
Okay, cool. I'm being slow right now. Okay,
no, you. Yeah. So, and I'm like, okay. So she showed me the pictures and all that. So I'm like, okay, cool, because she was trying to prove her employment. Now, pictures were on point. I'll be like, okay, all that look good.
Yeah.
Environment.
Yeah.
I went to that house.
Yeah, man.
And I wasn't there for the food. Let me clear that up. It was work related. And when I went in there, that was one of the nastiest houses I've ever been in.
Really?
And the kitchen was beyond filthy. However, she had this little section of the kitchen on the counter cut out where she took all those pictures. And that was the only clean place in that kitchen.
Wow.
So on pictures, from what she posting and putting on Instagram, Facebook, all that, people probably like, oh no, everything.
Yeah.
But listen, when I say beyond filthy, beyond funky, horrible.
So 100% hygiene has to deal with pretty.
Yes.
Hygiene, you right. How you keep up with yourself. Like, because I've just seen, I ain't gonna even go there. I was about to say, you can go through all the major sports teams in America.
Yeah.
And you see some people be like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But because they present themselves, I don't know if they have people that dress them, or they probably do got public relations teams and all that other good stuff to make sure that they present themselves to the world the right way. But that is key to how serious a lot of fans take them. In the same way, how you are your own PR is key to how the world sees you also.
So but that is kind of back to what you were saying. I guess that's the flip side of that when I guess you were saying somebody told you about like money can't buy. What was the phrase? Money can't buy your pretty. It wasn't pretty.
No, it is money. Now you got me thinking.
Whatever it was, like basically money can't make you have this grand appearance, right?
Right.
However, have you ever seen the post where they be like, oh, such and such wasn't ugly, they was just broke. Like, because that's the thing too. Like sometimes just money can help you because it can help you take care of yourself better. So if you have better resources, like say if you a cat that you looking crazy because you ain't had a haircut in 2 months, but now you getting your haircut every Friday. That's a grooming thing that 9 times out of 10 is going to make you look better.
So what do you think about the whole BBL movement? I guess we could transition into that right now too, because that's a consideration of people trying to use money as a tool to enhance their appearance, to make themselves marketable to the masses, or pretty much marketable. Cause
to make more money though.
Yeah, because it ain't about you trying to. If you are trying to find genuine love, you are failing yourself.
Yeah. But some people, I think it's a lot of people that's not, maybe they think they want genuine love, right?
No.
No, I'm saying people. I think people can fool themselves
Yeah.
to think that they do.
Yeah.
But when you go that route, you are clearly only seeking attention. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So do you think, how does that affect relationships then when you finally get into one based off of not the traps you set, but the traps you set? If you set a trap of disappearance because I want attention, you get in the relationship and that attention is not on the same level as it was initially, how does that affect that?
I think it affected you. I think at the end of the day, when it's about a relationship, it may start off because most times it start off from looks. You are
Yeah.
attracted to that person in most
Yeah.
cases, right? But what keeps and sustains a relationship is who you are.
Right.
So you may get the you may set the trap. They may get in the trap,
Yeah.
but once who you really are shows itself, then normally it begins to fail.
Man, because for me, maybe I have a different perspective on it all, but for me, it kind of breaks my heart when I see how people are willing to disfigure themselves in order to have that attention and the money that they think that they're going to obtain through it. Like it starts off, it's kind of from even from a biblical view of it, a biblical worldview of it. You look at it and you just like, boy, when it says he comes to steal, kill, and destroy,
Yeah.
steal your identity, kill how you see yourself, and destroy your future, all in a swoop.
Yeah.
Because it starts off in, I just want, to when I pull up my jeans, I got something, and I just want that. And then, I'm just going to take some pictures on Instagram, and I'm just going to be in my swimsuit. And then they say, well, I heard what's the name get this much money from OnlyFans.
Right.
I ain't got to do nothing serious. Then next thing you know, they full out porn stars.
Yeah.
Full out 100%. That's what
but
you do.
But you know why? Because it's what they used to say that weed, that marijuana was the gateway drug. And now the worst drug there is attention. That's the most addictive. So now that's what happens. People do it. But here's the thing. It's like a catch-22 because it works for some people. So it's like somebody out there went and got them a BBL and it worked for them and they got what they wanted. But does
it though? Like
well, for face value. That's what I'm saying.
For face value, a lot of it works.
Right.
But and sometimes in these days, like originally you would have to pull back a few layers. These days, them layers ain't even, it's like a thin onion. Them layers ain't really all that thick. You can kind of see through some of this.
Right.
And you just, it's like, because it's one thing when you only show pictures and a curated video. But now everybody on these lives and they go on their rants, and then now you get to hear their heart behind it. And
right.
You're just like, dang.
Yeah.
Everybody hate me, and y'all get on my. I mean, like, yeah, it's a hard life when you're paying attention to what everybody got to say, man.
Yeah, but you put it out there, that's what happens.
And then you're just like, well, that doesn't like. I might get in trouble for this one. That whole slut shaming movement. When I was just like, okay, what does that mean though?
But that's that acceptance part. That's exactly what I was talking about the acceptance part of the culture. Where it's like no matter what, we're supposed to accept it. And that's my thing. It's like some stuff you just don't have to say nothing.
Yeah.
Like just let it be. Because here's the thing. And this is why some people do stuff like that on purpose because they know they're going to get attention. They don't even care that it's bad attention. You know what I'm saying? So you're still giving them what they want. So it's like, oh, I'm going to do this and I know you're going to say something bad. But guess what you're going to do? You're going to make me famous. You're going to make me go viral. That's why you have all these fake viral. The videos, they go viral, but then you find out that they were produced. Like, they were scripted.
Yeah, like they didn't really get into it.
Right.
This wasn't it really, yeah.
But they know how the social media in itself, how they respond to that stuff. So it's like, hey, you don't have to respond. You don't have to comment on everything. You don't have to If somebody get on there and listen, if I'm gonna say this, if somebody got a BBL, right,
Yeah.
and they got on there and took pictures and people just said nothing,
Yeah.
you think more people be wanting to get BBLs? No. What happens is you had the people like, oh, that's tough. She look good. Then you had the other people like, nah, that's horrible. Matter of fact, I'm gonna send it to you so you can see it. Now you like, oh, this is horrible. I'm sending it to bam, bam, bam. Now they got 70 million views.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now
Yeah.
they on there with money, and they're like, how did this person, bro? And this is no shot to him because I don't. But we made Ice JJ Fish famous, and he couldn't sing, and he got famous because of what he couldn't do.
Yeah. That's fact.
I can't sing. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But and it's nothing like that's what I'm saying. I'm not knocking it. It's just the fact
Yeah.
that that's how it works. So then
Yeah.
you have people who would do anything for the attention.
Viral moments create the chase of viral lives.
Right.
And it's just and you there's certain parts of it that you can kind of appreciate. I can appreciate somebody saying, I don't want to live this life and not be noticed at all. Like I don't want to be invisible
agree.
in this life. The problem is how, like my grandmama used to say, how you catch somebody's attention is normally how you have to keep it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's really important, and I was always brought up that way. You gotta be careful how you get people's attention.
Yeah.
Because you know you got kids that even me. There'd be times, certainly when I was younger, I'd be acting out in class. My mom would be like, "Nah, that's how you got to get people's attention. You don't need to do that,
Right.
because you gonna end up being somebody that I got to get out of jail,
Right.
because that's the way you just decide to gain your attention."
Exactly.
And I was just like, "Well, I ain't going to jail. I got
But
family members in jail. I ain't going there."
I ain't
So.
doing that.
But when you look at situations like that and you look at this culture, what do you think tomorrow, next year, next decade, 50 years from now will produce? Because you would, with the increasing technology and access to information, you would think people would be like, okay, let's all just make better decisions.
That ain't happening.
The good thing is, I think it's a catch.
It's
a catch.
I don't catch 22.
Yeah, so I think the good thing is we're paying way more attention to what we put in our bodies, how we keep ourselves healthy. At the same time, we realize that all of our food has poison in it. So it's kind of like you can fight as much as you want to. The only thing, even if you buy whole food or even grow your food, you can dictate how much poison you put in your body,
Right.
but not if there's poison.
If there's poison.
Because even where you buy your fertilizer from, they put things in your fertilizer. So it's just kind of like you can fight for it,
right.
but how do you really? And then now you're on supplements to combat, and now you on. And so I look at this world that is, and I can't say that either, because maybe 5 years I could say 5 years ago I could say that it was a world that was less active, but there are been so many run clubs and biking clubs
Right.
and hiking clubs and now outdoor activities like pickleball. We always play basketball. There's always
Good
gonna
old pickleball.
Good.
Hey, don't nobody want no smoke with me in no pickleball.
That's facts. But you have so many. I think people are sick of being in front of a screen,
Right.
and certainly millennials, because millennials grew up outside. So us for millennials that grew up outside, and what is that? What's the generation right before millennials?
I forget.
Gen something.
X.
Is it Gen X?
Z after us, right?
Yeah, I think so. Z is after us. So yeah, it's it might be Gen X.
Yeah.
But that generation was for sure latchkey and you were cool right there.
And
but-
you could tell who they are on social media.
oh yeah.
Because they the corny ones.
They don't even know how to function on that damn. But they like, just leave me alone, man.
Yeah.
I'm just like, but because I'm like in those transition years,
Yeah.
I got a lot of that in me too. So,
Yeah, it comes to time.
Yeah. So I'm like, my sister gets upset because, you know, she was raised where my grandparents and my mom kept her under lock and key. For me, they were like, there's the front door. We don't want to see you until later.
Yeah.
You can potentially come back and eat, but here's a $5 bill. You might need to go figure that part out too.
And drink the water from the water hose.
Yeah. If you thirsty, you go figure it out. So I'm like, we were on bikes. We were catching
All
buses, trains. We were figuring it out. We had friends across on the other side of the city.
Right.
We ain't had no cars, none of that.
Right.
We just figured it out. This generation, man, they just Skyping and like my kids be playing games and they little friends be on the screen. I be like,
Yeah.
you know, he
And that's
live over here. He go play
right.
basketball with him. Partner.
Cause we used to have to go to their house. If you want to play against somebody, you gotta go to their house.
Yeah. And we be there with the Super Nintendos and the Sega Genesis and we putting in work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, it's a whole nother generation. And that's, you know.
But you said, hold on, I don't mean to cut you out, but the thing is, I think we talk, well, especially me, I was talking more so a lot from the negative standpoint. But you brought up a good point about the positive stuff. You know what I'm saying? So it is a whole lot. So it's not, social media in itself is not bad. It's how people use it. You know what I'm saying? So like you say, it's plenty of people that get on there that push for you to get up off the couch and go work out and do this, or teach you how to run a business, or teach you how to open a bank account, or whatever it may be. It's all of that on there. Yeah. Now, your character and who you are dictates what you want to take in. So if you only want to watch fight videos, then and that's all you watch, then that's, you know,
from a how you look standpoint. But who do you think people take their cues from for the most part? The negative or the positive?
I think both.
You think?
Yeah, I think both. Because have you ever watched the fight video?
Oh, of course.
No, I know. You watched the fight. I know you have, because we
Watch.
But have you ever had it, which a fight video, two people fighting, that we can, in general, say that's not a positive.
Yeah.
Correct, right?
Yeah,
but you may watch the video and be like,
if I
still got it.
I'm talking about, he slid, little buddy, man. I would have threw that little block up there. He would have he crossed that jaw. We could have ended this a lot earlier.
You hear me?
Yeah. So it's one of those things. Yeah, I feel you, but it promotes self-protection. It promotes, because man, me and my sons was coming out of Sam's Club, and they just, situational awareness just don't exist with them boys. I would just be like, at least lift your head up, dude.
Yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Bro.
Yeah, it boils me a little bit because, you know, they'll be walking right in the middle of the street, act like they got a bump on them, and I'd be like, hey, buddy, I just like, hey, now, and I got to the point where the first step outside of the store is heads up.
Yeah,
pay attention.
Yeah.
I'm going to hurt you more than that car is if you don't get your head up and pay attention.
Yeah.
And I think that's kind of where we are as a culture is, I don't know if we always have situational awareness. Like where...
But that's an environment thing too. I think I think we're taught it. It's like a natural thing depending on the environment, right? Mm-hmm. If you grow up somewhere where you never have to worry about certain things, then a lot of times that's not going to be in your, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the people, have you ever been somewhere where they say, oh, they don't even lock their doors around here. Mm. But you also been somewhere where it's like, you better lock that.
Yeah.
That's an environment thing. So that person that live in this remote area that never have to lock their doors, and then they come to your house and they walk in and just close the door and don't lock it, it will appear that they don't have the awareness.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But technically it's just, that's not what they're used to. And then you go to their spot, you out there, and they be like, "What's gonna come in here? A coyote or something?"
Yeah.
Like, you know, they like, "What are you doing that for?"
Yeah, but I just like that because I grew up. Well, you better like the door. I don't care. Ain't nobody gonna come in here all the same.
Right,
There's something on waiting for them on the other side of the door. But I still, by nature,
right.
my kids, they think if they've closed the door, they've locked it. I mean, because I've come down many a nights before I go to sleep. I check the front door. It's unlocked. It's cracked a little bit. They ain't even closed it all the way. They sure didn't put a top lock on there or nothing like that. And I'm just like, y'all are too privileged. I need to send some of the homies through here just to scare y'all a bit.
But you know what that is?
What?
That's the gift and the curse of that is.
What?
They feel protected with you. That's the other part. So
yeah, because better not come through the front door till where I'm at in Texas.
Yeah.
Yippee-ki-yay, right?
Yeah.
Bad boy. But nah, that's real. I appreciate that. Even when we're out and about, I love it because I watch my kids. If we're somewhere on the side of town where things get a little crazy,
yeah,
people talk a little bit louder. People, they talk with their hands. And my kids ain't used to. My little suburban babies, they just like, what's going on, daddy? And they'll look at me, and then if I'm cool, they cool.
Yeah,
and
if not, they go,
oh, really? Yeah. Facts. That's them. That's the boys. Certainly the boys. Trinity, my daughter want to smoke.
Yeah.
She want all of it. She don't care where it come from.
Yeah.
Micah is in his own little world.
Yeah.
But the two older boys, they like, whatever. We just following your lead. If you cool, I'm cool.
Well, I'm good.
Yeah, like I was at a I know we off topic at this point, but I was at a job a couple of days ago, and I went in the house, and they had Rottweiler in one of those cages. He's showing his teeth, and he going back and forth, and I gotta go in and take a look at this house, and I'm just like, and he's just like biting on the crate and stuff like that. I said, man, maybe I should come back. No, you're fine. And then they walk away to some hidden part of the house. And so it's just me going along the path. And I had to go in and tell the owner, I said, I don't want to shoot your dog.
Yeah.
I don't want to do that. We got to figure something out because I don't want to do that. Maybe you should just stand here so he won't be so anxious.
Oh, put your dog up.
He was in a crate.
He biting through it. No.
Yeah, I'm about to say you got to figure something.
Yeah,
but he look like he the one he'll bust through a wall.
That's what
too.
I'm saying.
So you got to figure that thing out because he was a big boy. Teeth all out. I said, man, I done had too many big dogs. Partner, I ain't scared of you. What I don't do is allow dog to bite me without repercussions. Yeah. So it's gonna be on one way or another.
Right.
So yeah, man, and I think that's one of the things that I think. Back to self-awareness and even situations like that, I think that's one of the things as a culture that we better tighten up on.
Yeah.
Certainly over the next decade, because if we don't, they we gonna be fine. This generation will be okay. It's whatever comes after us.
Right. And with that situation awareness too, kind of the whole thing of that's that attention thing. People posting wherever you at.
Well, it's all going to be, the scary part is this whole world is going to be AI generated. Yeah. And if you're not aware of what's going wrong and how it may be going wrong, and you're just living in your own little bubble and not paying attention to the world, there's going to be some things that pop up that you aren't prepared. It's going to catch you off guard. This generation is so cautious of that it might not hit us until we old and we see now anyway.
Yeah.
But my kids' generation, oh man, I can't keep them focused on the task at hand. I said sweep the floor.
Yeah.
30 minutes ago, I said it. 15 minutes ago, I repeated myself.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna do that no more.
Right.
We don't have consequences. But I would hate for the consequences of this generation to be really jacked up because of their lack of attention to what's going on.
Right.
And do I think that AI and this whole mentality of this generation is 100% negative? No. I just think unchecked everything has its potential of going crazy.
Yeah.
And I think that centers it back to the whole original question. If we don't do a real check on what you said, like character
Yeah.
and the real valuable things about a person and what really makes them a beautiful, not just soul, but a beautiful person.
Right.
I think collectively, I've seen people with facial features that, because if you know me, even since I was young, I've never called people ugly.
Mm-hmm.
As because that's disrespectful to God.
Yeah.
I never really wanted to be that just because he said that you were beautifully and wonderfully made. I agree with him. I don't agree with culture, so that's just kind of had to go. But I also, and everybody laugh when I say it, but I'm 100% for real. I just think people are unique.
No, facts.
And I've just said this since I was little. It's like, they ain't ugly. They unique, though. They be like, unique mean ugly.
Yeah.
They ugly. Now, I'm just like, no, they really are. That nose is unique to them.
Right.
That smile is unique to even the gap in that person's teeth.
Yeah.
I can know that person from a mile away because of that unique feature.
Right.
I don't want them to change it. I don't want them in that way, no way. But I don't want them to change it. I love and appreciate and value the unique qualities. Them big old thighs or them big old calves. I know you by your walk.
Speaking of, like, Keisha Cole, like, that was one of the things with her. People was mad at her because she had closed her gap. But I think it was like something, I don't think it was real. But when it happened, you had like a lot of her fan base and stuff like, why did you do that? Why did you close your gap? Because it was unique. Like, that's something that's unique about her. Yeah.
Yeah, because even when I remember, who used to, somebody I knew, they used to watch America Top Model all the time. And at first I'd be like, man, they getting all these fake pretty people. And the reality was that it was just like, no. In order for you to be a real model, you have to have a unique quality that you're not going to find anywhere else. That might even be seen a touch awkward, but it makes you so unique when it comes to photos and videos and marketing that it makes you a superstar also because you have that feature that no one else has. Right. And some people, they are from the looks department, they feel and seem common. But when they open up their mouths, then it can go in either direction. Right. Either you like, oh man, that person is super intelligent, or man, that person is super kind. I love their heart. Right. They just want to help everybody. Now we got to talk about that because that could get you caught up too. Yeah, yeah. But I love that is your heart and your mindset. Right. Oh, this person is super funny. They are hilarious. Yeah. That's who you are. And then I've seen, this person meaning them up. Yeah. That person hurt. Everything come out their mouth sound like you hurt. Yeah. It just sound hurt. And then, or this person, why everything you say got to be like sideways? Yeah. Like you can't just congratulate somebody. You got to congratulate them and then kind of do a jab. Yeah. You got to do stuff like that. And then there's people you got to watch. Yeah. Or somebody that is just genuinely always downing themselves, the lack of self
esteem.
Self-esteem. Yeah. It's just like, man. So those are things that people don't realize they tag themselves with. Right. And I tell my daughter all the time, certainly when the boys are young, that's what they hunt with. A boy will hunt with not only your self-esteem, but he's going to hunt based off of those intangible qualities. Right. Like, oh, is she funny? I like her. Nothing else. We can spend a lot of time. And, people like, I don't like to be put in the friend circle. Well, stop trying to smash everybody and be okay with the friend circle. Because if you ain't really trying to smash that person,
it wouldn't bother you.
It don't bother you. Yeah. So be in a friend circle for a little bit. You'll be fine. All you need, I don't mind it. I don't care, boy or girl. Be a friend. You don't need to be nothing else. Yeah. You don't need to bring nothing back to me thinking I'm going to take care of it. You lied. I don't care what social media tell you. Yeah. You shouldn't tell your children. You tell me what I tell my kids. Tell your kids that. So I just, my hope and my prayer as we conclude this convo is that people are super aware of the intrinsic value that they have just by being themselves, the intrinsic beauty that they are fearfully and wonderfully made, even in a lot of their fragile states. Everybody need to grow.
Okay. Because I agree with you, but we'll say that for another episode.
No. I believe everybody needs to grow, and you can't become complacent. But at the same time, embrace who you are.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you have whatever opinion you want of me. And it might be even true.
But hey, I am who I am.
I am who I am, and I like him. He got to grow, but I like him all the same. Comfortable with that man.
Yeah.
And the scariest thing is when you are comfortable with yourself and other people aren't comfortable with themselves.
Yeah, that's real.
So, thank y'all for joining us today for the Double Back Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we're trying to get to the core and the root of things around here.
Of our unique conversations that we always have.
Yes, sir. Cause we had these conversations without y'all.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. These are our cigar conversations constantly.
Facts.
We just letting y'all into pretty much our cigar conversations.
Yeah.
And I don't smoke in my house, so you don't get the cigar
ain't gonna
part.
see that.
We'll figure that part out though. Give us a little bit of time. We'll figure out the details on that.
Yes, sir.
But man, see y'all on the repeat. Can't wait. Love y'all, man. Y'all be easy.
Make sure y'all